We're going to be doing some game demos for the next 2 hours or so before the awards. So I'm super happy to show you 2 wonderful horror games for the next 20 minutes. We're going to start with Yi, who's going to be showing us Shattered.
All right, here we go. So my name is Yi, and I'm the producer and the artist for the game Shattered, and it's a first-person perspective puzzle-solving game with a lot of psychological horror elements. The players, as the protagonist, has the ability to enter the other people's mental world, who has like a great trauma or mental illnesses, and helping them fix those issues by solving puzzles in their mental world and and understand the story. Currently, the game is still under development. We plan to have 5 levels in total with VR function, and we plan to publish it on Steam at the end of August. Currently, we have like 2 levels done, but we finished like all 5 levels assets. We just need to like some programming stuff, and
That's really great. What were the inspirations that you had when you were developing the theme for the game?
Yeah, because this game is actually a student project when we were in Game Dev 2, and all the team members and my friends, we both huge fans of horror games, and we decided to build some different horror games. That's a horror game that is different from like some basic horror games with jump scares and all that stuff. So we decided to do a horror game with a lot of psychological without jump scares. And we want to deliver a message that people actually fear about unknown. So we use the mental illnesses thing, but when you get to know it and understand the story and stuff behind it, you won't feel fear about it. So yeah, don't think mental illness is kind of horror stuff.
That's really great. So you're pretty much solving a mystery as you're exploring the environment?
Yep, you're just solving the mystery, unfold the story behind the room, and understand what's happening.
That's really great. And it looks like you have a really interesting UI inventory.
Yep, you can click. Oh, well, we present this story through the diary of the owner of this world. So when you read through the diary, you find the puzzles, you find the hints, and at last you burn down the bad memories, fixing the trauma for the world owner, and get the keys. Oh my god.
Looks like quite the puzzle.
Yeah, I can't even play my own game, god.
How many different interactions do you have within is it 2 rooms or 3 rooms?
We got 2 rooms. We got I can't count. It's tons of different mechanics in the rooms. We mainly just focus on the mirror stuff. Like in the first thing, you might not even notice the mirror gonna show you something that is not in the reality, but you can see it through mirror. But when you find it in the mirror, it actually shows up in the reality world. So
oh wow, this is really the aesthetic is very different in this environment.
Yeah, and in the second level, the mirror acts as a transition to the like inside and outside world. The outside world is the normal world for the the owner of this room, and the inside world means the mental state of the owner of the room. So you can see the shadow here. You can pick up plant and put it here, so it will show you the.
Oh no!
Some of the part of the room. Yeah, I'm super like spoiling right now. So.
The attic is definitely not where I would want to go. All right. Well, when do you continue to plan on working on this?
We are currently just working on this after the semester just finished, and like I said, we plan to have it published to Steam with VR function, like the end of August.
Oh, that's amazing. That's super soon.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Yi.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna talk to Cole now, who's gonna be showing us Pressure.
Hey, Amanda.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Yeah.
This is Pressure. It's a horror game set on a submarine. So right now we're in the submarine's bridge. We have our wheel and throttle. We have the sonar display, which is currently picking something up, which is coming towards us. That's probably not very good. So we're going to want to fire off a flare here. Let's see if we can get it off in time. Uh-oh. Basically, Pressure is a horror game set in a submarine where you try to evade a monster that is trying to hunt you as you reach the surface. So right now, the monster is just kind of skulking around the submarine. It doesn't seem to be attacking, so we're safe. But we are starting to run low on oxygen, so we're going to want to go vent that out. So the main gameplay of Pressure is walking around the submarine and maintaining it, managing its various subsystems. So this is our oxygen subsystem. And here we have our carbon dioxide scrubber. So we can mess with that to make sure we don't get carbon dioxide poisoning. And over here, we have very real thing on submarines, by the way. We did a lot of research for this.
Yeah.
So it's not I wouldn't call it a very accurate depiction of how actual submarines work. It's more inspired than a simulation. But this is our sonar frequency room. So when we reach new depths, we need to insert a new disk into this disk reader, which contains our sonar ping frequencies. So we need to adjust that to make sure sonar works well. And I don't know if you saw the subtitles, but we just got a new sonar contact. So something is definitely skulking around in the waters. So we may not be able to see it right now. Oh, there it is. See if it's getting closer. It seems like it's just chilling. We're safe for now. But if we head back here, we can see the engine room. So this is actually a sort of accurate depiction of how engines work. We need to boil seawater to distill it, then remove impurities, and oh shit.
Oh no. Red alert.
I don't know if you just heard that scream, but we just got attacked. So it looks like we are on fire.
So did the lights turn red? Oh gosh. So is it whenever there's a disaster, the lights turn red, or is it when the monster attacks?
When the monster attacks. And you'll also notice a bunch of stuff just got thrown all over the place. So that's not good. And we're also getting an alert, but we're running out of oxygen. So the idea is that the player is trying to constantly juggle these various aspects of their submarine and keep it from like totally collapsing while being attacked by a monster. And oh my gosh, I think we just ran into a wall. Yeah, we just hit a rock. Yeah, things are already going wrong because I can't really concentrate on talking to you and playing the game, but that's the horror aspect.
So it's fully voiced. You have the dialogue on screen, right? So you have characters talking.
We don't have it in this section. We do have a fully voiced section of the tutorial, but I decided not to include that because it's not as interesting. And we're getting carbon dioxide poisoning right now, so we're going to want to fix the CO2 scrubber and then get the absorber flow running up again so we don't die. There are very many ways to die on this game, but you can see we're working on fixing it, helping it to get flow going, and then got to clean the filter first. So part of the game is learning the way these various machines operate and working with them, even in like really stressful situations like this. So we might just die right now. I don't know. It could happen. That'd really suck.
So it's pretty much a challenge, right? So you're playing for a certain amount of time, and if you don't die, you get to a location, or do you have to defeat the monster?
You can't defeat the monster. He's a little bit too strong for that. You can only really evade him and try to mitigate the damage he does.
That's
but
great.
Your goal is to reach the surface eventually. We aren't going to reach that here. The game takes, for now, probably about half an hour to complete, and I don't think we have that much time, unfortunately.
Yeah, we're getting close. So
yeah.
Well, thank you so much for showing this. This looks amazing, and people can download it off of our there's a download link off our website, so they can check it out.
Yeah.
What are your plans going forward?
The game is essentially complete, but there are still a few bug fixes we want to do. It's available on itch.io. We actually had someone play it on YouTube. They got like 1,000 views, which is really crazy and cool. But he also found a lot of bugs, some of which were pretty bad. So we're working on fixing those and trying to like put the game in its best possible state going forward.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I'll see you later. Now we're gonna have Perrin and Fuller, who are gonna show us the next bunch of demos. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Great.
How's it going?
Yeah, doing great. A bit of snow today, but everything is going fine inside.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll see you guys later.
Bye.
It doesn't snow in virtual reality yet. They haven't invented it.
Oh, that's actually sounds like heaven. I would love to go there.
Yeah. Oh my god. All right. Well, we're going to be demoing 2 games today. The first up is Will Tune with Savior.
All right.
There
What's up, y'all?
we are. What's
Hey,
up?
how's it going?
It's going all right. So let me tell you guys a little bit about Will Tune. So Will Tune is a 3D stealth and puzzle game where you play as a desert thief in a world where time is controlled by music. And I'm going to jump right into our final level here. Like I mentioned, it's a puzzle game. So I'm gonna, spoil a bit of the puzzles for anybody who wants to play, just a tiny bit. Let's get right into it. So I kind of mentioned earlier music and time as being really kind of core elements of this game. And we're going to kind of touch on that a lot. And that's sort of what informs the main gimmick of this level, is this big clock. By activating it, you'll kind of see up on the stage that at different times things will move around in different ways. And so that's kind of going to be the main gimmick as we proceed. But the clock is moving a bit too fast, so I kind of want to slow that down to allow myself to progress a bit more smoothly later in the level. In terms of manipulating time in this game, you do that through music boxes. Now, there are plenty of these spread in various places throughout each level of the game, and by playing this little rhythm game, you can successfully hack them. As you can sort of see by the UI in the bottom right, I've hit that with slow time, which is the most basic of our 3 time effects. Now that I've slowed down time on this clock, you can see those hands are moving a bit slower now. I can proceed farther in the level. And here we go.
So how many people do you have on your team?
This is a 6-person project, total part of game development too, like a good number of the games here are. We've had about 5 months worth of development time to work on this thus far. I'm gonna hit this music box here. You can see some guards patrolling around. You guys want to avoid those as best as possible.
Always want to avoid the guards.
Yeah, these guys they can be a little tricky sometimes. A little tricky, a little stupid. Kind of depends on the day of the week. But we got a couple of these guys patrolling. He's gonna turn back around, so that's good. Kind of safe. So you can kind of see the things moving around that music box, and time with the clock is moving in place where I can't really access it at the moment. But let's actually go back over here because I hit this music box with time loop, and as you can see, this guard now is looping in time. So he's kind of on the outskirts of the field, kind of walking in and out of it, being subjugated by the time loop, so he can't really do much of anything. He's been neutered. But most of the time, music boxes in here are automatically set to a power called time skip, which speeds up time. I've changed that to slow time, so that way this guard becomes much less problematic. Let's see if I can just kind of... Oh, all right, he saw me. The music box went out of the way.
Oh no! Oh my god!
A really bad time. All right, we're gonna wait till that comes back down. All right. So we got that. That's kind of stabilized. So he's slow. I can't do very much. So that's good. Both of these guys are time loops, so I'm in a really good spot here. The guards aren't going to be too much of a problem. It looks like for me at the moment. I've kind of manipulated the level just right, but this guy's kind of problematic because I want his music box and kind of lure him into here, but I want the music box somewhere else. So this is going to be a little troublesome. He's broken back out. Now he can see me. Now watch this. The time skip makes the guards a lot faster, so they bolt right toward you, and that's what makes this part of the level oh so tricky. Now we're gonna kind of back out of this and go elsewhere to show off a little bit more in this level, so I don't spoil too much of it by actually succeeding in the puzzle. But a little heads up, it's essentially that you've got to make use of those music boxes that move up and down to get to the higher parts of the level. We got a little bit of non-linearity here. You can actually choose left or right.
So how does the music change as you go into sped up and slowed down time fields?
Yeah, so essentially when you enter a time field, depending on the effects, the music track will change in a different way. These aren't set to anything, so you won't see hear any changes in the effect. But if it's slow time, you'll get like a slow time variant of the song. If it's time skip, you'll get a skip variant, and they're all meant to sort of encapsulate the sort of the essence of the effect itself without actually, say, slowing down the music or speeding up the music. So they're actually kind of entirely separate tracks in full that accompany each of the songs. All right, we can see this part of the level here that we're going to try to get access to. Call this part the Lion's Den, because essentially we've got a lot going on in the bottom here that we want to screw around with by taking this elevator down. A lot of guards patrolling around, a lot of time to skip, so it's pretty dangerous. I'm going to want to stay as safe as possible.
So are these levels based on some actual orchestral hall, or are these just off the dome?
So part of this was inspired by, I can't recall the name anymore, but it was inspired by an orchestra hall, I believe in Cincinnati. Parts of the level specifically, a lot of the shapes that you kind of see. And in fact, in terms of the art direction, a lot of it is inspired by music in kind of subtle ways. Our artists have really tried hard to kind of encapsulate the shape language of different musical instruments into the design of the levels. One of our major levels, the hotel, the object you're trying to steal there is a harp. And so there's a lot of like long, kind of curvy structural elements that have their own very unique feel as a result of the use of that shape language. So we try to be as...
It definitely looks very unique, yeah.
Well, I think that's about all the time we have for our demo right here. Where can people play your game?
All right, our game's available on itch.io. Currently, we have plans for development in the future. We want to continue this at the very least through the summer. So we'll be working on this for a good while. But we've got to build up on itch.io, available from the Gamefest page for you all to play and download.
Cool.
Awesome.
Well, enjoy your summer, continuing your work on this game. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Xavier.
So, next up, we're doing some high-speed shopping. Oh, push-ups. We're doing some high-speed shopping with Retail Rally. Next up, we'll be having David and Andrew.
Yeah. Welcome.
Hello.
Hi, David. Hi, Andrew.
Hi.
Smooth transition.
All right, you want to tell us a little bit about this game?
Yeah, sure.
I heard it's a competitive shopping simulator, which sounds interesting to say the very least.
Yeah, so the goal, it's a multiplayer couch competitive shopping game. So it's up to 4 players locally. And the goal is to shop faster and shop smarter than your opponents.
Oh,
Very smart.
just like real life.
Yeah, wow.
Yes.
As they say.
Yes. So it's actually kind of funny what role stores play in our daily lives in these times. And it's definitely a coincidence that we're working on a game like this at this moment.
Right. Perfect practice for the pandemic.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
exactly.
if you really miss, I guess, going to a crowded supermarket in these times, you can play this game.
Yeah.
It'll take you right back there.
So which store do you guys want to go to? Grub Harbor, Insta Feast, or Market 56?
Grub Harbor for sure.
Grub
Are you
Harbor.
joking? I want to
Good
jump
choice.
right in there and eat all that grub.
Good choice. Good choice.
There we go.
All right, so we have 2 game modes in this. Unfortunately, David's not going to be able to show the phone functionality because Apple does not make it very easy for illegitimate apps to be downloaded. not illegitimate.
Illegitimate.
Apps that aren't on the App Store.
illegal.
Don't tell on yourself on stream.
No. If the app's not on the App Store, it's pretty much very difficult to get on your phone.
Right.
So we're going to play the non-phone required game mode. Discount dash.
Sweet.
Can't say the same thing I just said.
So, playing with up to 4 players, each character has a wide array of cosmetic options to choose from.
The alien. You got to be the alien. Sorry.
Alien. Sorry. I have my own preferred choice here. I like the bean.
Yeah. So this is, you told me this was Sheriff Marshall.
Yeah, this is Sheriff Marshall. You can find his black beans in the canned aisle.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. Is he just a bean?
Just a bean.
Yeah,
That's the car. That's the car.
No, there's a human being crammed inside of that bean.
Actually, a wise sponge once told me you don't need a license to drive a sandwich, so I feel most comfortable with this choice.
All right.
There we go.
And we got to give him the sheriff's hat as well because
Yeah.
he means business.
He's in charge.
Yeah.
And we're gonna ready up here. Hop right in.
So if he wasn't self-isolating, he'd be playing with 3 other friends right now.
Yeah.
And once you get 3 other people in here, it gets quite hectic. You can throw items, you can eat items, and these all have different effects. Some of the items that you throw, you're just gonna have to hit your opponents directly and knock them right off that cart. Some of the others, whenever they hit the ground, they're going to spawn puddles, cause quite a mess. That's why we got those big cleaning robots patrolling the store, keep it nice and tidy for our shoppers. And some of the puddles make you slip, some of them slow you down. And then there's also the items that you eat, which there's some of the left right there. You can eat some of that cham right there, David.
Oh, it's with the cham?
Yeah, the cham.
I'm just going to make a little mess here with the chocolate. Sorry.
So that it has a little shield icon. So like this one in specific would give you a protection buff. So like you can't get knocked out of your cart for the duration of it being consumed. And there's other various ones like strength and whatnot.
Well, this is not what I remember grocery shopping like.
This is exactly how I remember it, actually. This is exactly how it always was for me.
Yes, and as they say.
Yeah.
And the buns on this burger are actually greased up pretty well. You can actually drift as well, but I'm not the best what's it called, sandwich
drifter
operator. So
yeah, sure.
Probably won't see too much of it.
Grub Harbor. Now, what is that you picked up right there? I can't. Is that pineapple?
This is pineapple in a container. Yeah.
I thought it was paint. I was like, "Are you eat that? What does that do if you eat it?"
Oh, that's a throwable. Unfortunately, you can't eat that. Generally, the trope is like if it's Actually, that's not true. Never mind. I was gonna say the items that aren't really packaged.
Wow.
Sorry, we also lie to our customers as well about the health facts on these food.
That's just to be expected.
Yeah.
David, can you go find the soda?
Sure.
Yeah, that's a fun one. It's in the drinks aisle.
Now, what does the soda do, and why is the soda the fun one?
You'll see right there.
Oh, you got a sign caught onto you. Looks like.
Oh no, not that one. The 2 liter.
The 2 liter.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, sorry. I don't respect the rules of the law here. All right, here we go.
That's not the 2 liter. What?
What the?
the brown drink.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's a speed boost, and it's
Here we go.
difficult to control.
Here we go. Whoa!
Oh my goodness!
Oh,
dead.
And the game's over.
No. Wow. This is the first supermarket where you're just kind of allowed to just eat and drink and
use you don't have to buy a
center of the store.
Thanks to the racetrack. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, thanks to these
classic.
Thanks to these modern, ATM technologies, to buy stuff, you just have to go under the green light. And it's keeping track of whatever you eat. So it's not like you're getting out there.
Yeah. To buy something, you just have to eat it, and they automatically charge you. Every time you eat a piece of string cheese, you get charged
$100,000 for string cheese.
It's like those Amazon smart markets that they have.
Oh yeah.
So this is the retail rally circuit. This is where the greatest of shoppers come to compete globally. We got some happy fans there cheering him on.
Got some freaks in the crowd tonight. All right.
Yeah. Wow.
Look at them go.
Hey, but we don't discriminate here at Retail Rally. Every freak is welcome.
Every freak is welcome. Truly.
So he chose the really slow little.
Yeah, it chose like the best card for this. Oh, great!
Is this
love that?
Speed?
Died immediately. Destroyed. Obliterated.
Oh my gosh! Is that a bug?
I think that's a bug. Let's restart.
Don't look.
It actually looked like it was.
Good work, everybody. Our first bug on the live stream that I've seen.
Let's do another one. Let's pick something a little bit more faster here.
Yeah, so all of the cars have varying stats, as you can see. So some of them are like heavier, some of them go faster, more acceleration, more handling. and this kind of aids to specified play styles. Like you could pick the tractor, which has 25 inventory slots but goes damn slow. But you're not going to be able to get knocked over because it's the heaviest cart we got.
Sure.
Or you can do the exact opposite and choose the Turbo Nitro V8, which has flame decals on it because you're going so fast.
Yeah. The faster you go, the more flame decals you get, is what I heard.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, you got to see the flamingo box.
That was
this is a good one.
Here we go.
This is our Inflate-A-Friend flamingo box.
Oh.
We got a little stuck in.
Oh, here it comes.
Yeah, he's stuck in the ground.
Whoa. It's a little bouncy. Whoa.
This is a sort of, like obstruct your shoppers from getting to checkout sort of thing. It's a dirty play.
Right. Wow, you are
There's the
powering
checkout.
up.
You guys gonna go buy some of that?
No.
There we go.
Oh,
no! Oh, what a mess! Am I stuck?
Is this a stunt?
I guess you are stuck. That actually happens very rarely. This seems like a good place to cut it off.
So, yeah, this is actually the perfect time to switch on over. So thank you all very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Where can you?
That's all right.
That's all right. You can find it on the itch page, and we do plan on continuing development with this, taking it full send to the Steam store. So keep an eye out. We'll be hitting the social medias soon.
H.io/retail-rally.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Have a good one. Enjoy Gamefest.
2 awesome games for everybody to go check out.
Yeah.
You should go check them both out.
That's why
if you don't, we'll know.
We'll know. There were 2 awesome games, which is why we needed to have 2 of us.
You need 2 people here.
You need 2 people.
Speaking of 2 people.
Wow. Our 2 good friends, Sam and Ben, also part of our studio here. This is Sam and this is Ben. So we've got my favorite weatherman and my favorite boss.
All right.
We have my favorite freak and my other favorite freak.
Oh,
What?
okay. I like that
What is
more.
that behind? I shouldn't ask. Anyway.
That's a window. I'm in Colorado.
Oh, that's outside. Okay, great.
All right. Well, thanks
We're all
for.
going to be demoing.
Oh, first up, we've got Halcyon Night with Grant.
Grant
That's the
Doney.
plan. Yeah, let's bring it up. Hi, Grant.
So let's just roll right into this.
You said your game is called Halcyon Night?
Yep.
And what's it about?
Yeah, give us the run through.
Okay, so last night the Wizarding Union had a pretty raucous party, let's call it, in the Museum of Supernatural History. And apparently when you mix high spirits, strong spirits, and magic, you get some pretty terrible courses of events. So your job is you've been employed to come into the museum and repair all the damage that they caused. So this is to the architecture and to the priceless artifacts that are spread throughout the museum. And the best way that you can do that is through these photographs from the party, which allow you to open up little windows into the past.
Nice. I love the shader work here. This is some impressive stuff. This is all you, right? You're a solo developer.
Yeah, so this is my senior thesis project.
And this is all UE4? All
This is
UE4
actually-
work?
And
Nice.
just really pushing Unity to its bounds.
Oh, I'm familiar with trying
was
to do that.
The reason I said UE4 is because of the shader work. I just assumed because of the the prepackaged particle sims and good shader work. But no, this is pretty impressive looking for work in Unity.
Yeah,
Yeah,
lots
it's-
of custom code, I suspect.
So actually, Unity just added the shader graph, where you can make shaders using a visual network similar to UE4.
Cool. Yeah.
So I'm actually going to skip around a little bit because I want to get to the next section. This is just the entrance.
Nice.
So now I've picked up a second photograph, which allows me to switch between 9 o'clock and 10:30.
Oh, cool. Huh.
No spoilers for that.
Uh-oh. What just happened to that bottle?
Oh,
my
wow. That was
So-
cool looking.
God. Wow,
So-
we entered the neon zone.
Yeah.
I love the neon zone.
You can tell I really love that shader.
Good.
So if you follow the kind of loose chain of events, you have at 9 o'clock a wizard spiking the punch with a bottle of bourbon, and then at 10:30 you have a rather drunk wizard commanding the dinosaur back to life, which is causing all this destruction. So if you go back to 9 o'clock and take the bourbon, you'll have stopped that from happening, thus essentially repairing the timeline.
Oh, cool. So a sort of half detective game, half time travel, kind of solve them up. Is that a genre?
Wow, that's pretty good.
And so this next level is the Great Hall, and well, I'm an artist, so it kind of runs a little jankily. I haven't optimized it. One of my goals, but I'm very happy with how it's turned out. I'm very proud of this. As soon as it loads, there we go. So yeah, so the Great Hall has a bunch of more structural puzzles, a lot more of those little objects to pick up, and 2 more time periods where a lot of other fun stuff happens. So, for instance, in a duel to the death with fiddles, one wizard opened up a portal into the underworld, sucking in huge chunks of architecture. And another,
that's that's what happens with time travel. Really, it's unavoidable.
Oh yeah. So in this instance, you'd have to take the fiddles from the past in order to stop that chain of events. Another wizard, well, they really liked fireworks. So upon enjoying the libations, they were able to bring in fireworks from a different part of the universe and set them off, causing a lot of destruction, actually blowing out the stairwell at the end of this hall. So some of these destructions actually keep you from progressing, so you're going to have to fix that both to complete the game and to continue forward.
Awesome. How many levels do you have?
So there's just 2 right now. It's just the entrance and this great hall.
It's very the art direction is amazing, and there's a lot of detail here in your environment art. So it's even 2 is impressive for a student project.
Did you draw the textures, or did you buy them from like a texture pack?
So a lot of the textures are using some of the built-in Substance Painter textures, but specifically the floors and the windows, I created the geometric patterns myself.
Oh wow, they look very good.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
You got an A. You got an A in your senior thesis project.
I hope so. Yeah. I haven't gotten grades in yet for the thesis.
Brenda Miller should be nice to this one.
So you can see portals through portals. I'm just noticing.
Oh wow, that is cool.
That's
cool. The artifacts and the way that they were destroyed, they were actually sent through the different time zones by the wizards. So you're going to have to find the portals that they went through and identify which time period that those lead to.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What are some of your inspirations for this game?
So actually, last year's Gamefest had a game called Moncage, which was playing around with this kind of multiple views overlaid seamlessly. So that was the technical inspiration, and that really just kind of morphed into what there is today.
Sweet. Let's take a look at a couple of Twitch comments.
Positive so far.
Positive so far. Yeah, everybody's digging it. It's this is sweet.
Looks amazing. It does.
It does.
It does look really good.
Confirm.
I love the bloom on the windows.
It keeps me from having to get a skybox.
Oh my!
You know what? I was thinking the exact same thing. I was thinking like that is economic right there.
This is yeah. You know, this is super impressive. You got to make some real decisions about what. That's Fuller from last
Thanks,
our
Fuller.
last host. Thanks, Fuller.
It doesn't look as good as the windows in the game.
Yeah. It doesn't look as good as the window I'm looking out of right now, right here in my room. So Sweet. I love that there's like some chromatic aberration going on there through the different time periods. Or do you have different color grading for different times? Is that what I'm seeing?
Yep.
Cool.
So each one they have its own distinct color palette, but then also the past is more kind of skewed towards a Polaroid picture.
Oh,
so I really
cool.
wanted to make it feel kind of nostalgic, kind of this bygone era that. Oh, thanks, Tyler. That looks glorious and fun and something that you'd want to be in, but also distinct from the present.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for showing it off. Oh, go ahead.
How much time we got? How much time do we have left with this one?
We have about a minute.
I just wanted to. You said you worked on this mostly solo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now we can't hear it right now on stream, but did you also do all? If there's music and sound, did you do all that yourself too?
So there isn't music and sound implemented just yet. That had to be cut when the semester kind of fell apart.
Right. Yeah. Understandable.
Pursuing that into the next few months.
Cool. Is there somewhere people can check the game out? Is it online anywhere?
It's up on itch.io. I keep uploading new builds because I keep finding bugs. So check it out. And
drop a link in the Twitch chat if you want to.
Yep.
Sweet. Okay. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, and good luck on the project in the future.
For sure. Yeah. All right. Awesome. Let's bring on our next demo, which is Acne with Simon.
I love this one.
Hey, what's up?
Hi, Simon.
Hi. So this is my game titled "I Want to Rid My Beautiful Face of Acne," and I will just do a quick playthrough. You can see, hopefully all the sound is coming out, but it's just a really simple kind of
you did actually
clicking game. That's a recording of me saying that. So basically, you played through. There's acne all over my face. It's in the shapes of these various constellations.
Just like real life.
Yeah, just like real life. Correct. Life imitates art. But you just have to connect it in the right orientation. If you don't connect it in the right orientation, you can like back up and stuff. But it's a very simple game. And I just wanted to show this one off because, like, I don't know, the way I develop games is more just like little, I don't know, just like they seem like journal entries. Like this is in the midst of me developing a ton of like other much bigger games, but like this game I developed in like 24 hours just because I was like really frustrated that like my face was breaking out like amidst this like, you know, global pandemic.
Yeah.
And I think that that's like a really interesting way, or that's how I kind of like use game development. Like there's all these like fantastic projects that were like made by these huge teams, but I think that like this is also like a really great way to like share like, you know, all of the knowledge that I picked up over the past couple years, and then you can like share this with your friends, you know, and it's like one of the easiest types of games to play ever. So
yeah, totally.
like, I can send it to my mom, I can send it to my grandma, I can like, you know, they're, you know, confused for a variety of other reasons, but like, I mean, at least they know how to play the game.
I felt like everything you're saying, I played it before we talked about it here. And like your point about it being a journal entry, like while I was playing it, I was like, I feel like I know a little bit more about this person who made it just from this game. Like I know people who are like this. I feel like I understand you a little bit better because I played this, and I just loved it. I loved how small it was. How I mean, I've never met you before, Simon. This is the first time I've met you, but I felt like after
nice to
playing
meet
this,
you.
Nice to meet you too.
Nice to meet you.
It felt like there were certain things about you and your humor and your style that I could tell just from it felt very personal, and I love it. I love it.
And that's exactly what I think like video games should be for. Like, I mean, there's a billion things like that make, you know, everything that you do incredibly like lonely and ostracizing. But like, I don't know, I'm so happy that I could accomplish that because like, I mean, it's a little like dumb 3-minute thing where I like use my roommate's like snowball mic to like record me saying like bloop and bop, and like I just like would run into my roommate's room and like hold the snowball mic up to him, and I'm like, I need a sample, quick, give me it, like. And like, I don't know, I just really like, I have a whole lot of other games that I'm like really proud of, but I think that this one is like, I don't know, just a really cool, I don't know, like nod to what game dev can be, you know?
Yeah, I mean, what's great about it is that it makes you smile when you play it. Like, you're laughing when you play it. It's funny when you say something like, oh, I'm Gordon Ramsay, and the last thing I want to do is find a zit in my food. I'm like, that's funny when you... It's just funny. It just makes people smile. It delights me when I see that. I love it when I see game devs...
Crikey, it's me,
Not
Gordon
worrying...
Ramsay.
Oh my god.
Or when I'm cooking,
is.
I don't want zits in my food, and you've brought.
But yeah, I mean, like I would, I think that like making
I'm
little
Gordon
games like this too is like also a really great break from like, I don't know. I was working on a bunch of like, you know, really like large games that like have just gone like completely out of my hands throughout the semester. But it's kind of like nice and grounding to know that it's like, hey, like it doesn't have to be horrible. It does like. I don't know. It's it's a nice like meditative thing. So and like that.
Yeah, totally. Like when I was playing, I could tell you get the feeling like this was made as almost like a way of blowing off steam. Like this was not. It feels like you weren't worried about everything about it being perfect, about the reception to it. You're like, no, this is just me. This is just something I do. This is what I do. I make something that looks like this, and you you got to deal with that. And I love it. I love that it just feels it's there's something almost modest about it. I love it.
Yeah, thank you for all the kind feedback.
No, really I want you to make more of these for the rest of your life. I want to see what you do so badly. I want to see where this goes.
Yeah, no, there's tons of it on my itch page. I have like I've made several games like this.
In real life, it's not.
And yeah, no, it's great. Yeah, I'm not gonna stop. So super happy.
I'm not gonna stop. That almost seems like a threat, but I'm excited.
Yeah, no, yeah, make me like, yeah, right.
It's so sweet to see games like this can just be like sketches almost. You know what I mean? Like other mediums can have like literally a sketch or literally like, oh, you're just fiddling around on a guitar or something. But it's so rare to see something like that in games. It's really sweet.
Yeah,
you won. Congratulations.
Sweet. Thank you so much again.
Yeah, no problem. All right.
Yeah, this little monologue at the end is a little like reinforcement.
Oh, I listened to it. It's great.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for coming on. It was
yeah.
Fantastic.
Where can people play your game? Did you say?
Why don't you open up internet browser and go to simonlhopkins.itch.io/acne-the-game. But you can find all my games on simonlhopkins.itch.io. So yeah, no, check them out. They're fun.
Awesome. And just to be clear, that's on the internet.
That's I've heard about this bad boy. Yeah. It seems like it has some twisted secrets in it, but I did end up putting it on the internet. So
it's a
okay. Well, be careful with that.
There's a lot of sin out there.
Yeah, please do. Please
drop it in the Twitch comments if you want people to check it out.
Oh, we'll do.
Sweet.
All right. Thanks, Simon.
All right. Thanks, Simon. Okay.
All right, Sam.
All right.
We've done our duty.
That's it.
And now
it's time to go into the garbage disposal.
Time to go into a little cage until we're needed again. So up next we have Jamie.
Yeah, Jamie,
who we know.
A couple more games. Hi, Jamie.
Hi,
hey,
Jamie.
How's it going, guys?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm sad to hear you're going in the garbage disposal.
Well, I mean, it's
by choice.
Life. It's just part of life.
That's just how it goes.
How cool was that last game?
That was sweet, right? I loved both those. Those
were both a blast. Yeah, those were great.
I just got done following Simon on Itch. So,
I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it as soon as we pop off. Yeah. I'm excited to see what he does.
Well, enjoy these next couple games. They look sweet as well.
Yeah, thanks.
Good luck.
Thanks a lot, guys. Take care. Sam and Ben, thanks.
You too.
Bye-bye.
All right, everybody. I'm Jamie. I'm your host for this next and I do believe final section of our game demos. And we're going to kick things right off with our first presenter, Ryan, talking about the game Oasis.
Hello, everyone.
Hi,
so Oasis is a student project that we've been developing for the last 10 weeks or so. So it's been a bit of an interesting development period with the pandemic happening. But it's a little game starring a robot named Tem, who goes around and eats materials to do things like interact, and now you can set yourself on fire. We're also working on a story. It's something we're really excited. We're going to keep developing this over the summer and do a bunch of stuff. But for right now, we're just going to skip through the tutorial section because I'm a developer and I know how to play the game. And we're going to go, oh, there's a camera bug. That's okay. We're going to roll into our little hub section and talk to all our robot friends that are wandering around. We have admin, the administrator of this hub, which is called the Oasis. It's where the game gets its name. And so you can talk to all the characters. Admin's got a little introduction. We have Scout, who's a bit of a not quite as nice as admin. And similar to one of the other games in the last section, Halcyon Knights, we're using Unity, and we're also doing a lot with shaders, which is why all the characters have this outline and are like cartoony and lit that way, while the environment is standard lit. Having a lot of fun with that side of development as well.
Also, loving the character design so far.
Yeah, we have so our character artist Alex did a fantastic job on all the characters. Yeah, we have a set of 2 artists that worked on both environment and characters. And they've done a great job making sure everything is working really well. Also have our little joke character here, Io, who speaks only in binary.
Nice.
Go here and burn down this wood to open up the pathway up this cliff. Also introduce the canyon music, which one of our programmers composed. This lets you communicate with your hub buddies, and Scout will direct you up through this little gear shaft. We weren't quite fast enough, so we have to wait for it to come all the way around.
We've got some other fans of the art here, including the color palette.
Yeah, we worked really hard on our artistic sort of color palette and styles for this. And we're working on getting some more materials and continuing development over the summer to get something that we can really be proud of. Unlike a lot of the teams here, we're a junior team. So we're still in college and are looking forward to developing this a lot further. And it'll be released for free on itch.io. And we're exploring other places as well, here, which will open up these gates.
So how big is your team at the moment?
So our team at the moment is 9 people, 8 of which are full-time team members, and 1 of which is a contract 2D artist who's another student who did a 2D cutscene for us, which isn't in this build of the game, but will be in the future. We have 2 artists, 2 programmers. I'm a designer as well as the product owner, and 2 producers, and 1 more designer who's our writer. So a pretty hefty team, but we're all juniors. And the team actually was originally just 5 people, but it got a lot bigger. So here we have to raise this platform mechanism in order to get to the generator at the bottom.
Nice.
Do this, and you can raise and lower it, which we're going to do more with this in the future. Right now, with the 10-week time limit, we have kind of pushed as far as we can with it. So you can raise this all the way to access the bottom. Let us come over here. With this demo, we just over here and activate this generator, which will start some more dialogue, give you a little bit more characterization, and tell you a bit about the world, how there's dust storms, that these generators use this mechanism to go underground, so they're protected. A little cheeky dev note saying you've completed the build, but we can also go around and explore. There's a little robot village over to the side over there that we're doing more on. We're kind of going for a mix of like open world and linear design, and that there's not a ton of like side areas to explore, but there are a handful. So you can see Scout actually has a tower over there with binoculars. There's a little village off on the side there. Go to.
So, so when you talk about the mix of open world and linear, so are the sort of progression challenges going to be primarily puzzle driven?
Yeah, so this is we're really focusing on the narrative for this, and we have our puzzle interaction, which is the eating things and changing your material. We have a few different interactions with that working, but developing the content for that takes a lot of time. So we're hoping to have around 3 final interactions at the end of the summer, as well as a sort of upgrade system with Smith that will let you upgrade your character and access new areas, sort of Metroidvania style. We're still working on that. You have these little bridges you can cross. Robot Village here. Whacking out there a bit, but yeah, that's a lot of what's in the build, but we can go back and talk to more characters.
Yeah, this is looking great. You said 10 weeks of development?
Yeah, just about.
Wow. Yeah, it's coming along really well. I love the environment, like just the mix of the kind of desert with the gears and the sort of natural landscape with all the mechanical parts is a really cool concept.
Yeah, we wanted to have a lot of moving parts in the background so that even though it's a desert environment, it's not empty. So there's always something to look at. And part of what we're going to be doing is having the hub expand a little bit. So right now you'll see all these trash piles, but the immediate story after this will be you kind of cleaning all this up and making everything work again, which will open up a lot more to do.
Nice. So you got a little bit of like Chibi Robo or Wally sort of
going on materials you can interact with and change your materials.
My gosh. I love that animation of the full unhinged jaw. I mean, it's slightly terrifying, but somehow cute at the same time.
Yeah, it's meant to be that Tim has a little normal mouth there that throws you off. So when he actually opens his mouth, it's a little bit of a freak out.
That's excellent.
Yep.
I love it. So you mentioned, some of the places that you're hoping to take the game next. What's kind of the overall, like the team's goal for the game? Do you plan to release it at some point in the future?
So we want to release it for free as a student project for the summer, because we're all sort of in this weird position of having lost internships and jobs because of the pandemic situation. Right, we suddenly had an open summer and we're like, well, we would really want to do something unique with this. So we had originally, before this colleges went to online, to do a third sort of section of the game that we were really excited about, which we had to cut. But with the opportunity of working in the summer, we're going to be implementing that section, which is an underground area. That'll reveal a lot more about the world, and our artists will be going a little crazy with prop art for that, which we're very excited for.
Nice. Well, it sounds like there's a lot to look forward to for people who are going to check out the game and be eagerly anticipating new updates. So I'm curious, with student games, and like you said, you're a fairly large, relatively large team, I would say, for a student team, and you mentioned mostly juniors, which is really impressive what you've managed to get done. So aside from the obvious challenges, I think that that most everyone has encountered timing-wise, what were some of the other sort of main challenges that you found with developing? I'm assuming for a lot of the developers, this was sort of the first project of this scope, maybe that they might have developed.
Yeah, a lot of us have worked on 2D projects before. This was our first major 3D project, which was exciting and a bit difficult. So I'm one of the designers and I work a lot in, I'm a technical designer, so I do a lot of coding as well. So like the shader systems are actually my thing. The artists worked with me on a lot of that. And then we have our programmer who is also a composer. This was really, we wanted to have a chance for everyone to do a lot of things and kind of focus on whatever they wanted to do. Whereas usually there's more of a restricted format based on like what your major is and what you need to be doing. But for us, because our team was so large, we had the opportunity to really get creative and do a lot of different stuff. Like, for example, this animation isn't an artist animation. This was made by one of our programmers, same with the arms raising. And it's all done kinematically in Unity script.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I think that's great that you were able to kind of, build in that level of variety, into the team and the development process where people could kind of wear different hats.
Yeah.
Going back to our theme of many hats.
Like Anton said, many hats is the one of the primary things indie developers do. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so I'm curious. So I think we're getting to the final minute or two. Is there anything else that you kind of want to tell people about the game? Obviously, we want to tell them where they can find it.
You can find this. The Gamefest page has a bunch of itch.io links. I'll also drop a link in the Twitch chat as soon as I'm done. So anyone who wants to check it out can check it out. It is free to download on Itch right now, and we'll be updating that over the course of the summer with new stuff as we go on.
All right, that's great. Let's see, do we have any other comments you wanted to filter in? Neat, fitting with the theme of cleaning up.
Yeah.
I think it's neat on multiple levels. Okay, so there's the link.
Yeah, there's the link. Someone went in and tossed it in. That's great.
Excellent. Well, yeah, I think it's really impressive. Just like how expressive the game is already. Like not only the characters, but the environment as well has a ton of character in it. So it's great that you're going to kind of keep building out the narrative. And I'm interested to see, more details about this world that you're creating together.
Yeah, we're super excited about it.
Nice. Cool. All right. Well, thank you very much, Ryan, for taking us through the demo of Oasis.
All right. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. We're going to hop along now to what I believe is our final demo presenter, final bit of this section of Gamefest. There's still more wonderful things to come. But let's bring on Jack to talk about Fast Forward.
Hi.
Hi, Jack.
So Fast Forward is a collaborative student project that we've been working on for pretty much the past 4 months, however long it's really been. And from the very beginning, we really wanted to focus on creating something that was as fun to play as it was to make. Because in our time as student designers, we'd really made a lot of games that were really fun for us to make, but then when it came time to play them, they were just sort of, yeah, this is all right. So we really focused from the beginning on creating something that would have intricate and interesting mechanics and would be as fun for people at the end to play as it was for us to do in process. So as you can see here, it's a first-person puzzle platformer with a focus on your handheld traversal assistance process, or TAP, which has a bunch of different modules that, where am I?
Oh.
Shoot.
There are pro strats right there.
Yeah, no, I'm absolutely awful at this game, and I will try to hide that as best I can as we continue with this, but I am incredibly bad. All of the trailer footage was actually shot by a friend of mine because he's good at the game and I am not. So on this team, I'm the producer. I have been responsible for making sure that stuff gets finished on time, and also it is about 13 levels long, each of which running on average 2 minutes, with full voice acting and over 400 lines of dialogue. And it really has been a labor of love for our team. We've really enjoyed working on this. We've had a good time working together, and it's been just a blast from start to finish.
Wow, well, that's great to hear. Yeah, that's impressive, that amount of dialogue and, and recording voice acting. So apologies if you said already, but so who did the voice acting? Was it one of your existing team members, or did you need to kind of go outside the team too?
A combination of both. We got a couple of students from other schools. We got a student from our school, and also myself. I voice one of the principal cast as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and that was an absolute blast the entire way. So in the game, you have a full suite of, I guess, tools or weapons at your disposal. You've got a grappling hook, platform guns, a respawn beacon, which whenever you die, you come back to it, and this can sort of let you select your own checkpoints. And as you can see, one of the lights is out, so you only get 3 uses of it before it disappears entirely, and then you have to go somewhere else. So we have a full suite of different levels with different mechanics showcased, and actually it's a non-linear narrative path system thing. So we've got
technical term.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We've got sections focusing on different mechanics and different weapon systems that you have, and fundamentally different level layouts and kinds of things in the process. So this level section focuses on each level section focuses on a different character and a different main mechanic. This focuses on the freeze gun and the viruses lovingly named Gabe that go around the map and try to destroy your platforms. So you have to freeze them to get around them. And there's another section that focuses more on an activator gun that can change the face of the level around you as you go. And as you can see, Gabe's a little bit too close to me and is starting to. Whoop.
Oh, wow. What a save.
Is starting to slowly destroy me. So that's something I would like to avoid if possible. So the premise of this game that I probably should have said earlier is that you're an email delivery boy working for a failing email service. So you're trying to get to the beacon at the end, which represents the client's IP. Let's see if I can make this. I can. So you're trying to get there as fast as possible. And it is tuned for speedrunning. I am not ashamed to admit that right now I am playing on the easy mode that gives extra time and extra ammo for all of the modules.
Hey, there's no shame in playing on easy.
So as you can see, you can deliver the email and then you come back out to the office. And this is the main hub world where you can interact with different characters and your coworkers as the story progresses. Also, we have fun little Easter eggs written on the whiteboard for each of the levels. But yeah, it really has just sort of been a process of creative combination of a bunch of different talents and different skill sets as we work together on this process. So,
Nice. Well, it's looking really cool so far. Definitely giving me a bit of a Mirror's Edge vibe, and I feel like we've come full circle with our cyberpunk dystopia theme, for sure. So thank you for that. Yeah. So I'm curious. Actually, yeah, just kind of in the vein of Mirror's Edge, I know one of the challenges with sort of a first-person platformer with these sorts of like parkour elements, where I see you're like running along walls, is just getting the camera perspective right and kind of making it intelligible for the player. So yeah, can you talk a little bit about that? Did you face any challenges with sort of getting that polished?
So from the very beginning, we kept in mind where the player character was in regard to different things. So where we wanted it to always be obvious where you were in space. Oh, shoot. So that's why you can always see your feet as you're going.
That makes sense.
And in terms of making sure that we purposely disincluded anything like a grappling mechanic that would take control away from the character or away from the player in terms of where your camera is at all times. You have full control. There's nothing that will mess with your angle and disorient you. It will mess with your position, like the grenade launcher that I have currently and am very bad at using, but that's fine. But yeah, we very consciously kept the player always in control of the camera and made sure that you knew exactly where you were in space.
Yeah, that's great. So we have just a few minutes left. I want to make sure we don't miss out on letting people know where they can check this out. Is this kind of posted up, a version of this at the moment? Or
yes, so you can actually play this right now at jackmcday.itch.io/fastforward, and I just put a link in Twitch chat.
Oh, handy. Excellent. And yeah, just curious, one last question. So kind of, I think you were maybe starting to mention this a little bit, but what's kind of planned next? Is the team gonna kind of continue working on this?
Yeah,
forward?
so as time goes on, we're all kind of going our separate ways, but we have sort of, oh, that guy came back. We have agreed to continue working on this and working together on making it better and adding new features getting rid of. So there's still a couple of bugs left in it, and because this development process really has been fun for pretty much all of us, and we're all enjoying it, and we want to continue to work on this. So, yeah.
Nice. That's great to hear. Well, it seems like you have a great foundation with all the different kind of gameplay mechanics to be able to combine them in all sorts of interesting ways to create a lot of variety. So, yeah, we'll definitely be looking forward to seeing what develops with this project.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, sure thing. Let's actually, if you don't mind, stick around for a moment or two.
Of course.
And yeah, if you want to just like show off a little bit more, we've got, as it turns out, another minute or two maybe. So.
Sure thing. So this is a level set continuing to focus. Actually, I'll back out to another level set because it has a non-linear story once you reach a certain point. So this is focusing on the activator gun. So every level set has dynamic tutorializing. So whenever you encounter a new item type that you haven't before, you will enter the tutorial for that item. So we're in the activator tutorial here, and this is explained by the boss or manager AI in charge of the company, Will.
Nice. Well, yeah, that's always one of the trickiest things I think to get in. Is it's often you're making the game right up until the deadline, and you don't have time for actually explaining how to play it for those who don't know. So I think it's always impressive to see student projects that actually manage to think of the player first rather than just getting it done. So that's awesome. Well,
sorry, go ahead.
Thanks a bunch, Jack. I do need to switch now, so appreciate it. Thanks for being our final presenter.
Sure.
Demo section.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks.